What kind of new precedent do you think new technologies present to performance? Because it seems to me like maybe YouTube caught you by surprise, and I was just wondering what you think
yes.
about.
Aaron's got a little thing to tell us here, but he's not telling it. Right, I put up about 60 performances of mine on my website, and you have to choose your platform, and so I chose YouTube. I hadn't quite figured out, this is the bit I didn't realise, is that when you put things on YouTube, I thought somehow or other the access was via my website. Then I discovered, oh no, you could get to it via YouTube. Duh. Okay, this is about 3 years ago, so I'm just figuring this out. And then not only, if people can get it on YouTube, they can then take it and chop it up and turn it into something else. So if you've done a poem called The Babysitter, some teenage guys in America call it The Baby. And if they've got the Michael Rosen rap, they can, not so funny, call it the Michael Rosen. And if you've got, I don't know, anything else. So meanwhile, out there in America, I have become a cult called teenage who turn my poems into sort of things about and stuff like that. So there's this whole kind of obscene thing where they've taken my poems, made them utterly obscene, and then, idiot me, what did I try and do? Pull them down. I tried to take them down because I thought, well, hang on, there's a copyright issue. All pompous. They're my poems. My son shot the poems. I spent the money to do it. How dare they? So what I did was I let YouTube know. And YouTube said, that's all right. What you do is you just simply say they've breached copyright. And the way you do it is you write to these, whatever you do, you'll know, you go to their URL or IPC or whatever it is, and you basically ban it. And boy, did the proverbial hit the fan. My word, at that point, they went bananas. One guy, I think it may still be there, he said, he filmed himself saying, I got a statement to make to Michael Rosen, and he's sitting there, and and you can see his glasses and in his little room. And he's sitting there, and he's got another guy put up like a manifesto against Michael Rosen, and so on. And I kind of, I started getting into email correspondence with them. And one of them said quite directly, he said, well, I said, look, the problem is that kids think I'm a poet. I've got any objection to obscenity, it's all right, I'm utterly liberal about it. But the problem is that kids are accessing this stuff, they put on the computer, they put in Michael Rosen, and up comes the I mean, it's all right by me, I can sort of live with it, but I'm getting letters from parents going, are you aware? And of course they think possibly it's me doing it, you see. So back come the guys in Pennsylvania. Why Pennsylvania? I don't know, my cousin was there. But anyway, back they come saying, well, that's not our fault. That's the fault was their parents letting them surf the net. At which point, I had no answer. And I said, yeah, I mean, if you've got a problem, I mean, if you let a 10-year-old surf the net, you will see the most god-awful stuff up there. So I said, fair dues, guys. At which point, I suddenly became even more of a massive hero for the Pennsylvania. I am now right there with these guys, and every now and then I get emails from Zorg and Imperial Lobster, and they go, we've just bunged up another one that makes you look like you're, anyway, I won't go on. It's really good, and they go, what do you think? And I don't even answer, and then happy birthday, Mike, and then they quote lines from the poems at me, which they've screwed up. Do you see what I mean? Because I do this poem about when I was at school, you weren't allowed to breathe in the US. Anyway, and they do that. So anyway, there is a little community of college boys out there who've, that's Aaron's thing. So did it take me by surprise? No, yes. I thought I was doing what I genuinely and utterly believe in, which is that if you write, you have to find whatever forms are available to you to distribute. So if it's yourself, then you put yourself about. And if there's technology, like I used to work in schools radio, which of course is radio, which was free, off air. And then I've tried to work in schools TV, and I've tried to make CDs in the days when that was modern technology. So like that, and so on. And then I thought YouTube was perfect, because I could stand there, about, do my poems, and there they are, 50 of them. Just filmed another, am I crazy? I filmed another 30. My son has just filmed me, and as I was doing the poems, I thought, I know what they're going to do with this one. I know what the Pennsylvania lot are going to do with this one. So yeah, even as I'm performing, I'm going, I know how. Yeah, because they dub on other sounds, or they often the rest of it. I mean, it's all very clever stuff. Anyway, so did it take me by surprise? Yes, to be absolutely honest. I didn't know, but then of course the moment it was, I mean, my son, what is he? He's a film editor. He could do that like no time at all. So he could have he might have warned me, perhaps. Anyway, no, it wasn't his fault at all.
Did you like any of them at all?
I tend not to watch them all the way through.
Because there's been one in particular where someone kind of did a music video of the Michael Rosen rap without adjusting your words and just putting pictures up and people dancing. It's pretty good.
Oh, good. No, and I also, I mean, as it happens, I want to do something very similar to them. I want to do a clip art poem that I did. Maybe I could get onto one of them. Anyway, never mind. Yeah, no, I mean, I do see them, and they do lots of, anyway, there we are. All you have to do is put my name into YouTube, put poops, that's what they're called, that is the technical word for them, is poops. So you put in Michael Rosen poops, and you can enjoy the imaginations of the Pennsylvania school students, high school students, and see what they come up with. Aaron says that some, yeah. No, I mean, yeah, sure. No, I have watched some of them. I thought they're very good. Yeah, it is. I mean, they can also do CGI things with your face, so that's really nice to watch your face going. And then they've also dug up some BBC ones where I did some storytelling for the BBC, so they've dug those up as well, haven't they? So anyway, yeah, that's a good point to end on, actually, Aaron. Yes, that's right, because it's like how, when you do face-to-face, you to a certain extent control your art, only to a certain extent, because you hand it over. What you do in your heads, I don't know. Yeah, and then you go onto YouTube and you think, oh, I'm really in control here. My word, I've just done this performance and it's gone up on YouTube, and then you discover that in actual fact, what has happened, Walter Benjamin take note, that what has happened is that in the art of mechanical reproduction, right, in the era of mechanical, people can take that. In the old days, they when I was at the school, we used to think it was really racy, cut up photographs. Yeah? And that was amazing because you cut them up and you can have a bloke's head on a woman's naked body. Fantastic! That was just brilliant. Yeah? So that was like, you see, that was the art and mechanical what have you, see. And then there's been various things, but a lot of this stuff has been inaccessible. Television and radio were held by these major companies. And now what's happened with YouTube and so on, and we're seeing it with the injunctions thing, all kinds of fractures are happening. And people can just take it and do what they want with it. And there's bugger all people like me can do about it. So there we are.